Hi everybody and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be making some Halloween meringue cookies. So let's get started. So if you've been following me, you know that if we're going to do any sort of meringue based anything, we want to clean out our bowl with some lemon juice or vinegar just to help get rid of some of the fat that might be residing on the walls of your bowl still. Doesn't matter how well you clean it, you never know. So we need to get rid of any fat residue, which will help our meringue set up. If there's any fat, you know, there's no way it will set up. All right, it's nice and clean. And it just makes your bowl look nicer too. So we're gonna use 4 egg whites, and my egg whites are at room temperature because it just helps them whip up a lot faster. And don't throw away your egg yolk. There's tons that you can do with egg yolk. Make pastry cream or put them in just like a yellow cake. So save those to the side. All right, so we're gonna get those whisked up on a medium to medium high speed. Might want to just start off as a medium speed and then work your way up to high. Let's get that going. As that's going, we're going to throw in a 1/4 teaspoon of cream of tartar. That just really helps it set up well. So we have just a real nice frothy consistency right now. And I'm going to let this go for about maybe a minute more, and then I'm going to start adding in my sugar. So I'm going to start adding in my sugar, and I'm going to do it about a tablespoon at a time until we're completely done. And I have 1 cup of sugar here. And we want this to go in really slowly because we want the sugar to dissolve. Otherwise you're going to feel like a grainy consistency, and we don't want that. So put this back on to medium-high heat and just slowly, slowly, slowly drizzle in your sugar. Alright, as you can see, it's a nice, even stiff peak right now. I'm going to throw in a teaspoon of vanilla. And we're just going to let this go for a few minutes just to make sure all this sugar has disintegrated. Okay, so I'm going to take a spatula and knock down the sides. Now we're just going to do a quick test. I want to just touch a little bit and rub it through my fingers. Now I feel some grains of sand, so I'm just going to let this go for a few more minutes. So I have here parchment paper on my pan, and I have little magnets that just holds the paper down really well. If you don't have little magnets that you can put on, then use just something heavy, because when you pipe your little mold and pull it back up, you don't want the paper to come up with it. So, and then also make sure that you take the magnets off before you put it in the oven. But I decided that I'm going to do a couple little pumpkins and some ghosts. So for my ghosts, I'm going to use a Wilton 1A. It's just an open round tip. And just a little small tip. I'm not sure what the size of this one is. But it's just a real small one for like the eyes. And then I have a Wilton 6B, and it's just like an open star tip. It's a large one. That'll be the shape of my pumpkin. And then I also have another one of those small ones, small open round ones, and a leaf tip. And those are going to be for my stem and my leaf on my pumpkin. So first off, I'm going to go ahead and start on the ghosts. We're going to just pipe in some meringue, which is very stiff meringue. It's beautiful. Try not to have any air bubbles in it, otherwise it'll just ruin your whole aesthetic. You'll have a big gaping hole in it. Okay. And then I'm just going to put a little bit off to the side to make sure I have enough for the eyes and mouth for the ghost. And also for the stem and leaf of the pumpkin. Okay, so I'm just gonna put two little like blobs on top of each other and hopefully they look ghost-like. So when we do this, we're gonna have it about a 1/4 of an inch to a 1/2 inch off the paper. And we're just gonna slowly squeeze and lift up. Make a couple little blobbies. They look more like Slimer. And actually, if I had done this in green, it could have been Slimer. Just thought of that. I'm not sure what that one is. There we go, maybe I'll just do it like that. Just slowly pull up. Now I'm gonna mix in, and I only have a liquid black, so hopefully it won't ruin the meringue. But I'm gonna throw in a few dots of that. Throw that just in case. Mix these all up. So I'm just gonna try to pipe on little eyes. It'd probably be easier for me to do it on the side of them actually. So I'm just gonna do a little eyeball, eyeball, maybe a little mouth, just like ah. I don't know if you can see, that's pretty cute actually. All right, so there are our little ghosts. They're so cute. All right, so I'm doing the green now for the leaves. And this is with my gel food coloring, which colors very nicely. There we go, it's a nice green. Good. So the shape of the 6B tip is really gonna make the shape of the pumpkin. You just have to have it up above the tray a little bit and it'll make a lovely little shape. Okay, there you go. That way I can just finish up the bag. And see, none of these are like the same shape, same perfect size. Like this one's a little longer and this one's a little rounder. And it doesn't matter, that's, you know, pumpkins are different shapes. So it doesn't really matter what the size is if it just kind of looks roundish like a pumpkin. All right. So for this one, for the leaves, I'm gonna do a leaf and a stem. So I'm gonna use a coupler. And if you don't know how to use a coupler, you just cut the end of your bag off. And this is the coupler here. So this bigger piece goes inside the bag. Lay it down. All right. And then I'm gonna start off with my small round tip, and you put that on the outside. These aren't perfect together, but they'll work. And then you just screw this end to end. That way, when you want to switch it out, you just unscrew it. You add on your leaf piece, and then you screw this on. And you're not having to change out bags or anything like that. It's a nice way to conserve some of your piping bags. I'm just gonna put it right on top of this already existing little bit of a stem that we have going on here. Just straight up. And actually, since you're gonna be getting the tip dirty, I would suggest getting a paper towel or a napkin to clean it off. Since I have quite a bit left, I think I'm gonna make just a little curly Q or something off to the side. Well, or maybe not. Might not look cute. Yeah, they look okay. have to be, I wish I had a smaller tip. I just don't have a smaller tip than this. Here we go. All right, now I'm going to switch out, like I said, put the leaf tip on. Now, if you've never used a leaf tip, think of it as a bird's beak. This one's a little different, actually. So this one's a little different with this leaf tip. It's going to give me a line down the middle, but you want the longer sides on the outside and the shorter bit on the inside. All right, so longer bits on the outside. I think I'm gonna put the leaf on the other side, so I need to kind of angle it this way for me. Oh, that's so cute. So these are gonna go into the oven at 200 degrees for 1 hour. And then when your timer goes off, turn off your heat, but leave the door shut. And they need to sit in there for at least 1 to 2 hours. It's really just to dry them out. If you live somewhere that's very humid, these are probably not the cookies for you to be making. They do not like moisture. And even when I did these the first time, I let them sit in the oven for like 3 hours. I took them out, they were at room temperature for a good another 2-3 hours. And then I stuck them in Tupperwares, and the next day they were like sticky wet. I was able to dry them back out again by just leaving the tops off and having a fan blow on them. But yeah, these really just don't like moisture. And these will be really yummy to enjoy. Also, I forgot to mention, you can use any other flavor. I used vanilla, but you can use, like if you want to do these pumpkin ones like in a cinnamon type flavor, that I think that would be really yummy. These ghost ones, I mean any flavor you want, orange, rose water. Let's get these in the oven. All right, here they are, fresh from the oven. They're super cute. So I want you guys to go give these a try. And if you'd like to see more baked goods and tutorials, please like and subscribe below. Have a great day, everybody.